What's up, everybody? It's the Alex Leak and Friends NFL podcast, back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Leak, and we have a special guest with us on the show, former Arizona State and 7-year NFL fullback Mike Karney. Thanks for coming on the show, Mike.
Thanks for having me on, Alex. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Good to speak with you. You're a hell of a fullback, a great player. Now let's start at the beginning of your career, Mike. You attended Kentwood High in Covington, Washington for your high school days. Is that right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Kentwood High right there in Covington, Washington. And then from there, I was obviously recruited to Arizona State, got a scholarship down there to play fullback down there. So, yeah, I grew up in the Northwest and, ended up in the desert, and now I'm in Southern California.
Nice. Did you like growing up around there? I actually lived in Des Moines, Washington for a couple of years.
Yeah, Des Moines is not too far away from Covington. It's Kent, Covington. Not too far away, and I loved growing up there. Kind of got spoiled in the desert. All the good, nice weather there, hot in summer, and then now Southern California weather. So I really don't like the gloom and doom like I used to. I'm not so familiar with that anymore because all I see is the sunshine. So, I'd rather see the sunshine. But no, great place to grow up. Very grateful, blue collar area, as you know.
Yeah.
A lot of great memories.
That's awesome. So in high school football, you had letter in football and in baseball, and you were a USA Today High School All-American. Your senior year, you'd rush for an astounding 22 touchdowns and 800 yards. Did you have an idea in high school that you could be good enough to make it to the NFL, or was that a goal of yours at the time?
Oh, definitely it was a goal. Yeah, I probably since I was about 8 years old, was when I was like, this is something I want to do. It's something that I love to do. I love the game, and from that point forward was just everything was geared towards that. So, I just knew that I had to go to each level. I started the Pop Warner, went to junior high, middle school, went to high school. I had to, take care of business at each level and set new goals. But the ultimate dream was to be in the National Football League. And,
nice.
Along the way, it was just all about just getting myself better and working on my craft. And the body type that I am, 5'11", 250, 60 pounds. I knew it wasn't going to be much more else than probably a fullback at the time. I was fortunate in high school, ran a traditional fullback, and I played linebacker too.
Mm-hmm.
But I just didn't have the sideline speed. But fullback was the spot, and really led the position. Really, became familiar with it at a young age, and then just kind of grew from there.
Yeah, and so then coming out of high school, what was your college recruitment like, and what led to you choosing Arizona State?
Yeah, that's a great question. My recruitment at high school was I got the typical letters from colleges, but everyone thinks that being that I had a all-pro career, had this great career in the NFL, that you must be recruited by 100 schools, thousands of schools. Yeah, I got the typical letter, but I only had one offer coming out of high school.
Damn.
And that offer was based on me writing them, Arizona State. So I wrote a letter to Arizona State, as I did many other schools. And at the time, Arizona State ran a two-back system. And they featured the traditional fullback. And it was just a match made in heaven. It just happened to work out. And the coach at the time there was Deuce, the offensive coordinator, a guy by the name of Dan Cabello. He happened to be in town May of '99 and was dating a girl who happens to be his wife now, just about a mile from my high school. And he said, "Hey, I'm going to go down the street here and check out this kid that wrote me to tape. And I really like him. I want to go meet him face to face." And
nice.
The rest is history. So Arizona State was the first and the only, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, fit is a big part of choosing where you want to go to college. Like you wanting to go to a pro style, two-back system. I mean, I remember hearing a story about someone who some quarterback who went to Georgia Tech and then was like upset that he wasn't throwing the ball that much.
Right. Yeah, it's important. It's important to do your research.
Yeah.
At that time, like the RPO and the spread right now is so prevalent throughout the game of football at every level. Well, the pro style was at that time. We're talking 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. So, the traditional every team carry a fullback in college. Nowadays, you pick maybe just a small handful of schools that maybe will carry a fullback. So,
Yeah.
I was able to hit it at the right time, and I was fortunate enough to be in that era. Luckily, my body type and my skill set wasn't in high school right now, because I don't think I fit into this type of game they play today from the standpoint of RPO and spread. The fullback is rarely being used. I mean, we're seeing it kind of coming back a little bit in the National Football League, but it's pretty prominent when I was growing up.
Yeah, it is interesting the way the game has changed a little bit, but I hope they do get the fullback, back, because it's an important part of the game, and they don't get the recognition, but they're a huge part of the game. Especially, blocking, lead blocking for running backs. I don't know how running backs do it, without a fullback blocking for them. So,
You got guys like Kyle Juszczyk in San Francisco. You got Dan Vitale in Green Bay. You got two guys, Keith Smith in Atlanta.
Yep.
They're working hard trying to bring the position back.
Patrick Ricard, those guys.
Yep. Patrick Ricard, absolutely.
Now, while at Arizona State, you would play with some great teammates. Tight end Todd Heap,
Yep.
defensive end Terrell Suggs, who, tell me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore he played at Ball So Hard University.
It's funny that, I actually just saw Todd Heap a couple weeks ago in Baltimore. Ravens played out here against the LA Rams. It's great to see him. My true freshman year was Todd's true junior year, and he ended up leaving for the NFL after that year. So I only got 1 year to be the top. Great player, great tight end, great pro, great man. So it was good to see him, but good to be a teammate of his for the short time that I was. And then Terrell and I came in together as freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were both one of just a total of 4 true freshmen to play as freshmen and just start. So
damn.
I started at fullback and he started at defensive end.
That's cool.
So I remember coming in with Terrell and thinking, this guy's a 6'4", 250-pound kid. I mean, this guy, and then you learn about him in high school. He was the tailback on top of it. So he's a pretty good athlete.
Wow.
He's the Arizona interscholastic high school all-time leading rusher. Still, I think, to this day. So the guy played running back and was a pretty darn good running back, but he was fast enough and obviously good enough to rush the passer. So, but I had some good teammates there, and very fortunate to be able to play with those guys while I was at Arizona State.
Yeah, you also played for head coach Dirk Cutter, who is now the Atlanta Falcons offensive coordinator. Did you enjoy playing for him?
Yeah, Dirk's a guy that came from Boise State. I wasn't too sure. He wasn't running a fullback there. I was, coming off a pretty good freshman season, and our head coach got fired, Bruce Schneider, and then Dirk came down from Boise State and happened to watch some tape and saw that he didn't really run a fullback, but then, sat me down and promised that he was familiar with the fullback. He just didn't have one up in Boise. He always wanted one. So he felt fortunate. He felt fortunate that he had me and my skill set, and that he was going to put me in the offense. And I owe him a lot of credit. I don't feel indebted to him, because he could have easily, kind of give me the lip service and had me stay and then not use me. But he actually stuck to his word and actually used me and allowed me to have, allowed me to continue my career at Arizona State and have the great career that I believe I did there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Earning your trust right away with that. Now, is it true that while in college you trained by strapping a car to your back and pulling it around?
It's so funny. I've been on, a lot lot of podcasts, radio shows in the past, and I think that's a huge typo. I have to find a way to get that fixed. That was written so long ago, coming out of high school. So I don't think it's I don't think it's humanly possible to try to car your back. What I used to do was push my car,
Okay.
and then strap a harness on and pull sleds, heavy weighted sleds.
Nice.
So I think it must have been a high school reporter or a newspaper up in my hometown that decided to mesh the two. Harness car. Oh, he puts an straps in a car to his back. No, but I did some very unorthodox, very different, forward-thinking training back in high school. My idol growing up was Mike Allstott, and I remember reading about Mike Allstott when he was at Purdue, and he used to push to get his legs stronger and bigger. So, starting my sophomore year in high school, I started the spring of my sophomore year, so 1998, I started pushing my car and just ran the parking lots and started, dragging weighted sleds and running with parachutes and running hills and running stadium stairs. I mean, I was very driven, very determined, and was doing things that high school kids at that time just weren't doing. So that really gave me the edge and the advantage in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you were all Pac-10 selection in 2001. And then you were one of the highest rated fullbacks coming into the 2004 NFL draft, except for by Mel Kiper. But
Mel Kiper didn't even have me in his top 5.
That's crazy.
I don't know why. I still, to this day, if I ever see him, would like to ask him because I was the first fullback selected in the draft.
Yeah.
So if you're the first selection, that means you're the number 1 fullback.
Yep.
That's just, I don't mean that in any way to sound arrogant, but I always found that to be very funny to me that, going into the draft, he didn't have his top 5, and therefore I'm the first fullback taken. So at the end of the day, Alex, the eye in the sky don't lie, and the eye in the sky film, and I always knew I had my college film that in my back pocket. It was pretty darn good, and I felt good about my film, and I felt good about the evaluation I was getting and the word I was getting from NFL teams, and then me being compared to other fullbacks that were coming out at that time. So I wouldn't say I was for sure deal that I was being picked, but I did like my chances. I knew that someone would grab me, so I was very thankful that the New England Saints took that chance on me.
Yeah, and I think it's important for fans and people to remember that, like, some of these quote-unquote analysts could have potential biases too, and so maybe, I don't know what the deal was, but you go in, the first fullback chosen, says everything that needs to be said right there, and then, so what was your draft experience like? Did you think that you should have gone higher, or were you just happy to get selected?
Well, it's another good question. I mean, the 2003 draft, so the draft the year before, there was 9 fullbacks drafted.
Wow. And
then, so I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. There was fullbacks drafted in the 2nd round all the way to the 7th round. I'm like, hey, this is looking good for me next year. And then 2004 came. Not one team took a fullback to the 5th round. The Saints were the first team to take a fullback.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, did I expect myself to be drafted higher? Maybe, but at the end of the day, the goal was just to be drafted.
Yeah.
So, I think to me, it didn't matter whether I got drafted or even though I was undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make it as an undrafted free agent. My whole goal was to get myself in the door.
Yeah.
And then go from there. And so that was the goal. Get in the league some way, somehow, so that I can show them what I can do. And I was fortunate enough to be able to do both. To drop it and do that.
Absolutely. We're talking about fit. Did you know about the Saints when you got picked by them, and were you excited to join?
Yeah, I was very excited. That one team, they were the, it's funny. Usually the team that never talks to you is the one that drafts you.
Yeah.
That's what my agent told me at the time. The team that doesn't talk to you is the team that drafts you. And that's what happened. I didn't hear one thing from the Saints. But there was one tie that not many people know about that me and my wife agent at the time, and my mom and dad know, is that my agent and the running backs coach for the Saints were very close.
Nice.
My running backs coach for the Saints at the time had been a coach at San Diego State when my agent played there. So there was a relationship, and the agent had just got done having the previous fullback that I replaced at Arizona State, Terrell Smith, with him in New Orleans. So there was just like this familiarity, if you will, that was so behind the scenes that no one would have out in the open would have known about except for me and my family and my agent. And so I just kind of had that in the back of my mind, like, wow, it could be that could be a potential landing spot just because of the relationship. And on top of it, the running backs coach loved me. I mean, he was a huge fan of my game. He'd watch me on tape when he used to come back and watch other running backs that were getting drafted years before when I was in my younger years at Arizona State. So it just when they did draft me, I was like, you know what, this makes a lot of sense for them. And Terrell Smith ended up signing a free agent contract in Cleveland, and so New Orleans was looking for a fullback in the draft, and it just happened to be like this just perfect match made in heaven with the running backs coach, my agent, and then they needed a guy, and here I was sitting there. So,
That's cool.
Surprised, yes, but not surprised.
Yeah. And then you get to come in and block for a running back, one of my favorite running backs of all time, Deuce McAllister. Were you is that a good time working with him and playing with him?
Oh, absolutely. I love Deuce. Deuce and I are very close even to this day. We still stay in touch. And, I remember the day I got the call from the Saints when I was drafting head coach Jim Havlick, and he said, "Are you ready to come block for Deuce?" And I was like, "Absolutely, I'm ready to go." So, yeah, Deuce was a phenomenal player. He's obviously the all-time leading rusher in Saints history, rightfully so. By far the smartest football player I ever played with.
Wow.
And I played with a lot of smart football players. Drew Brees is another one. But I have to say Deuce was by far one of the smartest football players I ever played with. So also just a great human being, very selfless, a country boy from Mississippi, but just a great guy. And I still to this day enjoy being able to reach out to him and stay in touch with him.
That's very cool. And then when you came into the Saints, they had brought in a veteran fullback, Sam Gash, but nothing was going to stop you. Yeah, you ended up
winning. You did your homework, they when the Saints drafted me, they pulled me in and they said, "Hey, we just want you to do what you did in college, and we're going to sign Sam Gash, but we want to bring him in here to have him work with you and show you kind of some of the things he did." At that time, Sam Gash had a phenomenal career. He was going to be going into I think his 12th or 13th year. His knees were pretty bad, and he even told me that. But they also signed him as an insurance policy in case I couldn't show them that I could get it done in minicamp and in OTAs. And I was able to do that, and then unfortunately for him, they ended up letting him go before training camp. But my 3 months I spent with Sam Gash, I was able to learn a lot from him. Just how he watched tape, how he prepared as a pro every day, how he took care of his body. So I was very fortunate for the short period of time that I had with him that allowed me to, a leg up, if you will, kind of going in as a rookie. But once they released him, that's when they brought me in and really said, "Hey, it's your show, it's yours to lose. Don't disappoint us." And so, I was able to go out there and start as a rookie, as I did coming out of high school, going to Arizona State, starting as a true freshman, which was a goal of mine coming out of high school and a goal of mine coming out of college was to start as a rookie. I was able to do that, and a lot of credit to the coaches and obviously credit to Sam Gash for coming out with him.
Yeah, it's actually pretty smart on the Saints' part to bring in a veteran with a rookie and show him how to do it, how to be successful in the league. And you learn from Sam Gash, and that's probably part of the reason you had such a long, successful career.
Right, yeah.
Now, I didn't know at the time, and before getting ready for this interview, that Mike McCarthy was the offensive coordinator there when you started.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I know Mike very well. I knew Mike before a lot of people knew who Mike McCarthy was before he was Green Bay's head coach.
Nice.
Yeah, Mike's a great guy, and
Was his offense complex and hard to learn starting out?
Very complex, very complex. It was like 14 words per play. He ran at that time, and I believe he probably, I believe I was told that he somewhat cut down as he got to Green Bay, and as his career kind of progressed as head coach in Green Bay, he cut that playbook down. But when I was there in New Orleans in his younger years, he ran that old school Bill Walsh West Coast offense. It was a lot of words, a lot of terminology.
Jeez.
And it really made you think. And I had to really, really study hard. But Mike really respected my game. He really respected me as a person. And, he was a great, great first offensive coordinator we had coming in the National Football League because he knew his football and he knew how to put players in position to be successful. And so, my time with Mike was great. And I was actually able to see him at a Rams game last year. Last year in Green Bay, they came out here to LA to play. Got a chance to see him and just to see a look on his face when he saw me. So it's pretty cool.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Hope the best for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope he gets back in the league soon.
No doubt.
2005, I mean, your second year in the league, and it was a rough one for not only the team, but the city. As the Hurricane Katrina hit and all that, it had to be so tough playing on the road for 16 games. Not only that, but like family concerns, housing concerns, all of that. What was that year like for you?
Yeah, all my years in football, I'm talking every year I played. I mean, from the time I was in Pop Warner all the way through my last year in the NFL. That's the 1 year there, 2005, that I remember most. I can tell you anything you want about that year.
Yeah.
I mean, that year was just the impact it had on my life will be forever. And, from what the city went through, the people went through, the city went through, the region, if you will, and then what we had to go through as a team. I was, thankful enough I was young enough I didn't have a wife and kids. I didn't have to worry about what a lot of my teammates had to worry about, like wives and kids. So, I really can't speak on their behalf on that, what that felt like. But I know that it was very challenging. It was a very challenging year, a very exhausting year, physically and emotionally exhausting. Hopping a flight every weekend.
Yeah.
We played 4 home games in Baton Rouge. We played 3 home games in San Antonio, which is where we were based as a team. That was basically our hometown for that time. We played 1 home game, if you will, quote unquote, in New York, which really didn't feel like a home game against the Giants. But devastating year.
Yeah.
But learned a lot about. Learned a lot about just how difficult it can be, to take on more than just football. And it was that year was more than just football. Yeah,
absolutely, and it had to be very tough, but it also provided an opportunity to come together as a team, come together as a city, and the bounce back was even more impressive.
Be able to win that first game against Carolina was huge. I'll never forget that game because we know it brought a lot of joy to a lot of people's faces.
Then head coach Jim Haslett would be fired at the end of the season after going 3-13. Hard for anyone to be successful under those circumstances.
Yeah, Jim's a great guy. Jim's a great coach. Jim will always be one of my favorites. He drafted me. Jim's an old school guy, tough guy, players coach. He and I had a great relationship. He really respected me as I respected him. And it was sad to see him go. I think that if Hurricane Katrina wouldn't have happened, who knows? Who knows what thereafter if that would have ever happened? But I would have loved to have 1 more year with him.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have 1 more year with that staff because we were dealt a really difficult hand, and it was sad to see him go in such tough circumstances. So on circumstances that he couldn't control. But that's the business. Unfortunately, that's the business.
Yeah. But then in 2006, Haslett would be replaced by head coach Sean Payton, who was known as a offensive guru at the time, but had never been a head coach. And along with Sean Payton comes quarterback Drew Brees in free agency, coming off of major shoulder injury. But the losing season gave you the number 2 pick. You're able to bring in Reggie Bush, star USC running back, and then found a late gem with pick 252 overall, wide receiver Marcus Colston. All those pieces put together made for a special year in 2006, though.
Yeah, it really did. We got guard Jari Evans, well, in the 4th round. I think he's one of the best guards in the era I played in. I mean, he's phenomenal. Marcus Colston speaks for itself. We had just a great group of guys. Man. We really came together. We really bought into Sean's way, and we were able to keep a good nucleus of guys that were there for the right reasons from the 05 team to 06. And we let some, cut some bait on some guys that needed to go, and added some key pieces with Drew and Marcus and Jari. And, we got Mark Seminoff from Philly. We got Hollis Thomas from Philly. We got Scott Pagita from Kansas City. I mean, we got Scott Shanley from Dallas, familiarity with Sean. We just brought in some real smart, tough, hard-nosed football players.
Yeah.
And we all bought in. And we had a great year in 06. And, went all the way to the NFC Championship game, lost one step away. But I really do believe that 06 season really propelled that organization to eventually win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And so I think what we were able to do in 06 as a team, they kind of changed the trend, changed the culture, which was what our goal was, to make New Orleans, make the city, make the team, organization be relevant and be someone to be known about, which before no one really knew who New Orleans Saints were. Before the Hurricane Katrina, it was just a team down south. Didn't get a lot of we didn't get a lot of coverage, didn't get a lot of TV time, but we really changed that. Very proud of that.
Yeah, it was a great year, and now you had to be pretty excited. I mean, there was so much hype around Reggie Bush coming out of college, and you're already blocking for one of the greats, Deuce McAllister. To have Reggie Bush fall to number 2, you had to be pretty excited as a fullback.
Yeah, I was very excited to be able to block for Heisman Trophy winner and great runner that he is, Reggie Bush. Yeah, absolutely. Had 3 great years with Reggie, blocked for him for 3 years. And, he just got inducted to the Saints Hall of Fame just this year.
Nice.
A couple months ago, and was able to see him a couple weeks ago at the Rams game. He came to the Monday night game against Baltimore to see him and his wife. And I've seen Reggie every now and again, off and on, for the last few years, and it's every time we see each other, it's just like it was when we were teammates. We pick up right where we left off.
That's cool.
It's a brotherhood. It's a friendship, and he also is very grateful to me. I mean, when I saw him, I saw him in week 2 when the Saints played here in LA against the Rams. He came to the game, and I just went up to him and gave him a hug and said congratulations on being inducted to the Saints Hall of Fame. Because first thing he said was, "Yeah, because of you." You're one of the reasons why I'm going in there. So he, just a first class guy. Very, very classy. Very, very cool to say that I was able to be a teammate, let alone be a fullback.
Yeah, it's nice to hear. Then you got out, 2006 got out to a 2-0 start on the road, and then the Saints would host Monday Night Football versus Michael Vick and the Falcons in the first game back in New Orleans since Hurricane Katrina. That punt block in the first quarter by safety Steve Gleason seemed to, spark the entire city, and the team was able to ride that momentum all season long. What do you remember about that game in particular?
That game was something else, man. That game was probably the game of my life.
Yeah.
Never had the opportunity of playing in the Super Bowl. I remember my teammate, who was a very close friend of mine, Ernie Conwell. He played in 2 Super Bowls with the St. Louis Rams. LA Rams, St. Louis Rams at the time. He went to the Super Bowl in 99 and 01. He won the one in 99 with them. Lost to the Patriots in 01. But we were in warm-ups, and the stadium was sold out. It was 2 hours, an hour and a half of the game.
Wow.
We were out warming up. And he looked at me and he goes, "You want to know what it's like to play in Super Bowl?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah." I said, "Sure." He goes, "Look around." It was just electric. It was electric. If you could look across the field, look at Atlanta Falcons, you could see this look of just, we're not going to win this game. and we knew that. We knew that. We knew that they were just there. And that this game was going to be special. We just didn't know how special it was going to be, but we knew we were going to win.
Yeah.
They just showed up. I mean, they looked, I mean, you want to talk about seeing an opponent that was intimidated and scared out of their wits.
Yeah.
They knew that they were in for, it could have been any team. You could have put the best team in the world in that dome that night. We were going to win the game.
Yep.
And that's the feeling we had. It just, you know what, and rightfully so, with what that city and the people went through. They deserved that night. That night was about them.
Yeah.
It was more than just a game. It was more than just football. It was giving the people what they deserved. After everything they went to the for. So.
Yeah, you could like feel that energy from the TV. Like I wasn't there live, but watching that game, it was just nuts. You could see it. So that season, you guys go 10-6 and win the NFC South, earning a home playoff game. That's very important for the next year after all that. You'd play the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, who are coming in on a 6-game winning streak.
Right.
What a game. 27-24, you guys get the win. Hell of a game. Do you remember the hit Sheldon Brown put on Reggie Bush early in that game, though? That was crazy.
I was surprised he's still able to get up in that.
He got up and kept playing. That was wow. But a crazy win over the Eagles. You guys fought really hard. You were making plays for Deuce and Reggie, and a great win to beat a very hot Eagles team.
Yeah, a very hot Eagles team. It was our year.
Yeah.
It was our year, except for that one, the next game against the Bears. But it was our year. We knew. I still say this to this day. If we would have been able to get that number 1 seed and have home field advantage, I think we would have.
Absolutely, I believe that.
We would have won the Super Bowl. We would have beat the Bears in the run. We just had that home field advantage, just like the Bears had it against us.
Yeah.
Among other things, but it was our year. It was a great year. It was one of the best years of my career. For so many other reasons besides my own play. It was a great year.
Yeah. Yeah, great season, great year for the city of New Orleans and the fans and you guys. You would be voted All-Pro fullback and would make the Pro Bowl in 2006 and 2007. Now, you played in the Pro Bowl back when it was AFC versus NFC, and the game was played the week after the Super Bowl, so the best players from the best teams could all play in it. I miss those days. Did you have...
It should still be in Hawaii, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you have a good Pro Bowl experience those 2 years?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good time. Yeah. The consolation prize.
Yeah, like I always say, it should still be in Honolulu. Isn't that part of the whole experience to go to Hawaii and relax for a week?
Yeah, you'd hope. But,
yeah.
Today's Pro Bowl is just, it's not like it was.
No.
Years ago, I don't think it's cool to, I think it still has, it still holds some type of honor, but, it's just when you watch the game, it doesn't have the same effect to me. It should be Hawaii. I think it should be a little bit different, but it is what it is.
Yeah. In 2008, you would leave via free agency and sign with the St. Louis Rams, who were in need of a good fullback. And then you get to team up with running back Steven Jackson, who, was excited to work with you. And Jackson would go on to be a Pro Bowler the next 2 seasons with you being the lead blocker for him. What was it like going to St. Louis?
He had to leave New Orleans. But
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to make a change, and they see a future for me anymore. So what do? You move on. So you go find who that next team is. It happened to be St. Louis. Steven Jackson was in need of a fullback, and very happy to go to St. Louis and join him and help him and help that organization. Steven's another great individual, good guy. Another guy I stay very, very close with, very in touch with, stay in touch with to this day. He's their all-time leading rusher. So I've been fortunate enough now to say I've blocked for two all-time leading rushers for their organizations respectively. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Steven's a beast. Steven's one of the all-time greats. I mean, he was, unfortunately for Steven, he was on a losing team pretty much his whole career. But great individual, great human being, great running back, and I feel very lucky to say that I've walked more.
Yeah, I feel like Steven Jackson gets slept on a little bit in the great running back conversation. And my theory a little bit is that he followed Marshall Faulk. Like, Marshall Faulk was so great. But Steven Jackson was a hell of a running back, and you would know best.
Yes, he was. Just a violent runner, very
Yeah.
very physical runner. A lot of fun to throw.
Now, we all know quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, they get all the credit. How do you feel about that? Are you cool with, fullback is a selfless position, doing all the dirty work? How do you feel about the credit?
I learned at a young age that the position was a selfless, no credit, no glory position.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that had been instilled in me at a young age, and I really didn't need any of the attention. I didn't need any accolades or pats on the back. I just wanted to go out there and do my job, and that was my goal at the beginning. My goal was to get the running back to the third level. It was my job to clear out the first and second level. If I had to, first level, but if everything's blocked up correctly, my job was to get it to the third level, take care of the linebacker at the second level, or safety. I just want to do my job. That was it. That's the only reason why I love the game. I love the position. People always ask me, hey, you can go back and do it again. Would you play the same position? Even if you could be taller or bigger, you can play different positions. You can play defensive end or quarterback or running back. I said, no. If I could do it all over again, I'd play the same position.
Nice.
That's how much I loved it, how much I enjoyed it. I love the physicality of it. I love the grit of it. I love the non-glory of it. I love everything the position had to offer.
That's awesome.
To me, it was an honor. It really was. Play the game, play the position I played, and I thank God every day that I was able to do it.
Yeah, in my opinion, watching you play your career, you could see it, that you enjoyed playing the position so much, and you took a very business-like approach to it, the very much do your job, and hell of a player, underrated as far as all the credit, all the talk.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, fullbacks seem to be a dying position in today's NFL since you left the game. But if you look for them, you can still find some quality fullbacks like 49ers, Kyle Juszczyk, Vikings, C.J. Ham, Raiders, Alec Ingold, like you mentioned, Danny Vitale. Why do you think the NFL is trending on phasing the fullback out of the game? Why do you think it's going that way?
It's just the run pass option, the RPO offense, the pistol, the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays it's all about putting up points on the board. It's the concussion situation.
Yeah.
Keeping players, player health and safety. Things have changed the game for the good, and and sometimes and not so good.
Yeah.
But if you look around the league, you look at the teams that you just mentioned. The run of fullback is what those teams are winning.
Yep.
And they're in position right now, obviously to play beyond the regular season. And so I've always said that the Patriots, all the Super Bowls the Patriots have, they've always had a fullback on their roster.
Mm-hmm.
And they've always had a guy, and they always end up running with that guy in the playoffs, all the way through the Super Bowl. James Devlin is his name.
Yep.
And even years before that, they've always had a guy. They had Mark Edwards before that, back in the day.
Yeah.
They've always had a guy. And so, you want to play beyond the regular season, you got to run the ball, first and foremost. You got to run the ball, and you got to run. And usually it's a fullback in there. So, I think there will always be a spot for it. It's just not going to be the same as it was, back in the 90s, 80s, when you saw 25 of 32 teams have fullbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're only seeing 46 teams out of 32. So yeah, it's a bit down, but it's nice. It's nice to see that we still have some guys that understand what that position is,
Mm-hmm.
what it takes. I'm connected, on social media to CJ Ham and Pat Ricard in Baltimore. We communicate via direct messages on Instagram.
Nice.
And those guys reach out to me quite often, with questions and things. And, Keith Smith, the fullback in Atlanta, who was in Dallas and Oakland,
Mm-hmm.
previous years, he started the whole Make Fullbacks Great Again movement. So
Nice.
he's got a hat, t-shirts and stuff. So, we've all been buying into that and helping with that movement. And so, these guys are doing a great job, and they're trying to keep the position going, and I'm rooting them on.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good to hear it. What are you up to nowadays, Mike?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Just
you.
I got two young boys, 8, 5, and I do the uniform inspecting for the Rams on home games, so that allows me to be around the game more.
Okay.
I do combine coaching down in San Diego, a place called Exos, so I get the top running backs for pre-combine, and I get a chance to work with those guys. I've had the privilege and the fortune, so I've been very fortunate to be able to coach Melvin Gordon out of college, Aaron Jones, Jay Ajayi, name a few guys. So
Nice.
that allows me to kind of stay around the game. And the uniform inspecting job definitely allows me to stay around the game, around the home games, and then just try to stay as busy as I possibly can. And my two boys definitely keep me on my toes.
That's awesome. Well, good to hear it. Thanks so much for coming on the show. It was great to catch up with you and talk some football with you, Mike.
You bet, Alex, man. I appreciate your time, man. Good luck to you and your future.
Yeah, you as well. And thanks again. Have a good one. I'll catch you later.
All right, bud. Take care.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone, for checking out this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the interview, and I'll keep the weekly episodes coming out, so make sure to check on that. And give me a subscribe on my page on YouTube. Appreciate all the support, and have a great week, guys. Peace out.